So I think as we've seen over the course of the last 4 or 5 years, an increasing presence of digital and technology intermediaries at Cannes. And there's a very good reason for that. I think if you looked at ad spend in general, you'd find that an increasing proportion of that is digital-centric, data-centric, technology-centric. So it's, I think, only natural that you see the kind of digital-first and technology intermediaries play a bigger role in terms of a discussion of the issues of the day that are taking place in advertising. And I would expect that we will see, as has been the trend in the last few years, more of a presence of technology companies in and around the conversation, in and around the events, in and around the dialogue with marketers that are all there looking for solutions.
Now, Terry, we're going to be collaborating on a project with AT&T AdWorks on a pretty high-level event about addressable TV. Where do you see addressable TV kind of, some people think it's really happening. Of course, it's been talked about for many years. What does addressable advertising mean to you, and where does it stand?
Sure. So, yeah, I'm focusing my time at Cannes a lot on this Convergent TV opportunity, I call it. And it's for the same reason that people rob banks, is because that's where the money is. But in all seriousness, the TV market is so large, the changes coming are so vast, and so I think this year, more than any other year at Cannes, we're going to see that take front stage. Just in the last year, we've seen announcements in terms of content providers that have willingly opened up their premium content for streaming over the top. We've seen agencies and other marketing partners call for an increased proportion of spend towards non-traditional TV, or at least addressable TV. So I think this is going to be a front and center issue at Cannes.
How do you see the value of Cannes? I know that it's a very open question, but do people get business done? Do they have friends? Is it just a big party? How do you, I mean, there's a lot of different dimensions to it. Some people say that, well, de Mexico is much more business focused. This is more of a party. Yeah. Terry, how do you size up the value, the takeaway for Cannes, for you and perhaps your colleagues?
So this year will be my third year attending the Cannes Lions Festival, and I'm back forever. I mean, I have come to the conclusion that this is probably about the single most valuable event on the calendar. And, there is a dichotomy, right? You have, at the same time, the greatest aggregation of senior executives in the industry in one place, and sort of in an environment where they're happy and willing to talk and deal. And yet at the same time, it is the greatest boondoggle in the history of man, in the sense that you're in the south of France and every event is taking place either on a yacht, on a penthouse, in a villa, or on a beach. So it turns out that confluence actually is the kind of magic that's hard to replicate. Yes, de Mexico and CES and many other events, some run by the IAB, are great events, and they too have that critical element of aggregation of senior executives. But there is a certain magic when you put it all together in the south of France, in that environment. We'll be back because that's where the people are, and it's a fantastic construct for them to talk and do deals. Look, it was that very dichotomy that was the origins of me creating that parody video last year, Can Happy, and if you haven't seen that, it's a lot of fun.
Well, all right. Well, we'll look forward to the sequel. Will there be one?
Who knows? Those things come on a whim. So I have no idea if on my next video project.